All right, ArTV crew. This is the broadcast setup procedure for the daily broadcast on the prompter and YouTube streaming computer in the control room. So, first thing you want to do is you'll notice you got all your tabs across the top here. These are all auto saved in Chrome. If Chrome is closed or the computer's not turned on when you boot it up, you want to double click Chrome down here, and all these tabs will open automatically. All right. And then I'll try to update this menu tab monthly so that when you open it up, you've got the most recent version of the menu. Sometimes I forget. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is come over to the YouTube stream. And if it hasn't been set up, you will see the previous day's broadcast, in this case, Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. And what we want to do is come up here and click New Stream. And it will prompt you to schedule a stream. And that gives you this little pop up. And you want to reuse settings. We just keep reusing the settings every day. And this is your window where you're going to change the date. This is actually your title of the video. All right. And we just call this the date and the time, Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. Now I am going to label this test just so, that I know it's not the actual broadcast. All this information stays the same. ArTV Daily Broadcast, Schuylkill Valley High School, home of the Panthers. That's our preview. Just leave that alone. Everything else in here is fine. Just click next. Next. Unlisted. Then you want to schedule it for the next day, the 15th. I usually go live at 7:40 a.m. Okay. This doesn't really matter. We can start the broadcast anytime. But when teachers open the preview in the morning, it'll say 5 minutes until broadcast time or whatever, right? 7:40, it's available. Click done. And now notice it's been updated. Our new title, Wednesday, September 15th, 2021 test is there. Everything is ready to go. Now you notice right here, it says no data. And the go live button is grayed out. We can't click that and start the stream. That's because it's not receiving any information from the TriCaster. So when I'm setting this up in the morning, whoever's over on the board, I say, hey, hit the stream button. And they can either click stream on the screen or they can press the button on the TriCaster. I'm going to do that right now over on the TriCaster, which would be, whoever's working the board that day, not your responsibility. But we're going to go on with the broadcast here. Okay. So the next step is to get this link onto the Google Doc, which is what teachers have that they use to open the broadcast every day. So I click the share button right here, and right there's our link, and I click copy, close. Now I come over to the ArTV link, ArTV document. I click on this, and I click the pencil for edit, right? I'm going to change this to Wednesday. You want to spell it right. Accuracy matters. September 15th, 2021. And again, I'm just going to put the word test in there so I know that I need to change that. This is really important. This is where you actually update the link. So I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to Control V to paste the new link, or you can right click in there and click paste. All right. I like Control V as in Victor, and then apply. And now notice the link is updated here. And when teachers click on that, it's ready to go. All right. Now, next step, I want to update the date. Again, I'm changing this to Wednesday, September 15th, 2021, day 4 around the valley. And I want to update the menu. So I go over here to my menu tab. The 15th, teriyaki beef over rice, a fan favorite. Come back over here and make sure I get The daily vegetable, can't forget the vegetable, broccoli. And now we're good on that. Okay. Now we're ready to actually update the announcements on the doc. So we're going to come over here to our first tab, the spreadsheet, and we are going to click above here, end date, click the down arrow, sort Z to A. All right. And you'll notice here, I have no new announcements, but I've got a whole bunch that are ending on the 14th. Now, this broadcast is for the 15th, so these are all out of date. So I'm going to click on the first out of date announcement and hold down the shift key and click the last uh, announcement that is expired. I've highlighted all these fields on the spreadsheet and I'm going to code it red. Red means it's expired and it's not being broadcast, right? Today, the broadcast is going to be on the 15th. If you're not sure of the date, look down here. It's always right here. Okay, today's the 14th, but I'm setting up tomorrow's broadcast. So I want anything that goes through the 15th here. This ends on the 16th. This ends on the 21st. Now, notice here, this is an exception, right? And this will cause some problems, but it's a good learning example here. Mrs. Shalott has entered an announcement that doesn't start until Thursday the 16th. And it is only that day. Okay. So we don't want to put this on the announcements because she doesn't want this to go on until the 16th. And we're setting up the broadcast for the 15th. So I'm going to leave that blank. Okay. And I'm going to show you what happens over here. Now we go back to the Google Doc. You notice here it says update. We're going to update that. But then we're going to click on the little link here, right? I have linked this spreadsheet to this document, right? So whatever is in the fields on this spreadsheet that I have active are going to show up on the document automatically. That saves us lots of time copying and pasting and formatting, right? So I click on that link and notice where it says change range. And I'll get a E2 to E12. Back on my spreadsheet, E2 to E12. That was everything that we were broadcasting on the 14th. Well, now you'll notice only the announcements E2 to E6 are active, right? So, but E4 here is the exception. We don't want that broadcast yet, but here's the easiest way to do it. I come back over here. I go E2 is the first announcement we want to broadcast. It's always going to be E2. And E6 is the last. I click OK, and it automatically updates all these announcements. Okay? Now, I come back over here. Remember, Mrs. Shalott put this in. She only wants it announced on Thursday the 16th. National Honor Society members, please remember that our service project is tonight. Okay? We want to come down here. This is the one. Okay? She obviously only wants this announced on the day that the National Honor Society members need to report to the elementary school or the community library. So we're going to just highlight this and delete it. It's really important that you only put announcements on the spreadsheet, on the document that are active that day. Okay, so it takes a little bit of attention to detail on your part. You want to look at the end date and also the start date. Okay, and make sure that you've got those accurate. All right, so now we've got an accurate document. You're like, oh, Mr. Whitman, that's ugly. Who cares, right? Doesn't matter. All right, so now the document, the daily doc is updated. We've got our YouTube link here. We've got the correct date and day. We've got the menu, and now all our announcements are updated. You want to add a snappy close down here. Obviously, this is for a Wednesday broadcast, so this doesn't work. So we're going to say, have a wonderful Wednesday, because, we're cheesy like that. All right, we like alliteration. Put in a snappy close that you like. Obviously, it's got to be school appropriate. Don't put anything in there that the anchors are going to read and it's going to cause them a hard time. All right. Okay. Now, we now have to copy this information starting with Good Morning Schuylkill Valley all the way down through the announcements, through the snappy close, right click, copy, or Control V, whichever you prefer, over to Easy Prompter, edit the script, Okay, we highlight all of this, Control V, and now notice we've got everything. It's Wednesday, September 15th, 2020, day 4 around the valley. You can add in here if you want. I'm blank and I'm blank for the anchors, just so they remember to do it. Notice we've got, because we copied directly from our document over here, we've got all the correct information here just by pasting. Now, the only thing we have to do now is space it out. Okay. So this very long announcement right here is all the gold out events for homecoming. We just separate it with a few equal signs, right? That's just a little cue to the on-air staff that they should switch readers, right? If you want, you've got a really, really long announcement like this. You could break it in half and split it between the two anchors. Okay. Everybody on camera reads pretty good, so it's not a problem, but you can do that if you want. Avid reader, Ms. Antolowski, hope to see you there. Space, are you struggling with mental health? A new club, blah, 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 right? And have a wonderful Wednesday. Okay? And we're all ready to go. And then when we're ready to start the prompter, we're going to click here, but we're not ready for that yet. All right, now we go back to the YouTube page. The person working the TriCaster board has turned on the stream. Excellent connection. We're receiving information from the TriCaster. We are ready to go live. So we click go live. Now, when you click this, now it's going out and it's visible to the entire school. Okay? Notice it says here, we're live, excellent connection. Come back over to the prompter, start prompter, and you tell the person on the board we're ready to go. The broadcast begins. I'm going to start that over on the TriCaster, which you can see right here. You'll see the broadcast preview. Notice there's a delay. You can probably hear the music in the background coming through my microphone, but you're not seeing it on screen yet. All right. So you can see we're 43 seconds in, 44 seconds in to the broadcast, and the intro is now just playing. Okay. So you got at least a 30-second delay there, which is going to be really important at the end of the broadcast, which I'm going to show you here. All right. So we're going to skip ahead. All right. So we've done the Pledge of Allegiance. All the announcements are read. And all the announcements are read. Everything's wonderful. Right. Here's the close. All right. And you're going to wait until this closing clip plays completely. And then we're going to end the stream. End. All right. There we go. You can dismiss this. Turn that off over on the board. And that's it. That's the broadcast procedure for the prompter YouTube announcement computer. There's a lot there, but we need to make sure everybody understands how to do that properly so that we don't make mistakes. Okay? Accuracy really matters. If you have any questions, talk to Mr. Whitman or Mr. Reed.